Media Days. We are now in the tennis part. Media Days. We are now in the tennis part of our broadcast this evening. Of course, tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by Metro Tech Technology Centers, T-Geography, Sam's Club, Rock Recruit, Oklahoma, OCCC, Super Prep, Just Burgers, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. It's now talking about the sport that builds endurance, sharpens techniques, and allows you to set practical and sometimes unpractical goals. I am joined now at the table here to discuss this lovely sport with tennis athletes representing Northwest Classen. Right now I'm joined by, from, of course, my left, your right, from those who are watching, our head coach Arthur Eelson is on here. Then I have Luis, I want to say senior, right? Did I get that right?
Senior,
The senior, Luis Trejo. Then I have Kaylin Paxter. Did I get that right? The junior. And senior, Daniel Velasquez. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this today. So when is the first match? Somebody tell me. When's the first match?
So our first match will be an opener tournament, I'm pretty sure, and it'll be March 6th.
So
Friday.
you're looking at next Friday.
Next Friday, yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
all right.
Yes, sir.
Kaylin, how excited are you to get to this match? I mean, how long has this been building up?
Pretty excited, mostly because we're still learning some difficult parts, but we'll get to it.
All right, no problem. So, Luis, what's some goals that you have set this year to get yourself ready to play?
Well, I want to, stay confident, of course, try to get a lot of wins as possible, try to, minimize my losses like I did last year, and, try to win more medals and try to go to state this year.
Go to state. That's
Of
a
course.
very reasonable one. Daniel, goals for you.
Same thing as Luis, try to go to state, and it's my first time playing singles this year, and last year as a senior as well. So I hope to accomplish a lot of things this year and hopefully get a lot of medals. Decorate myself a little bit too. So
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Decorate.
decorate
I like
myself.
that.
Yeah,
That's a good way of doing that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kaylin, what about you?
Same thing as my teammates. This is my first year playing tennis, actually. So my goal for this year is probably win as much as possible.
All right. Interesting. What made you decide to jump in there, being a junior, saying this is something you wanted to try? That's very intriguing.
Well, I've never played tennis before. Like I said, this is my first year playing. Mostly my friends and I'm gonna say videos from YouTube, TikTok.
Okay.
It kind of encouraged me to play it.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Coach, we've talked many times, Coach, so welcome back to the show again.
Thank you,
You're
thank
like
you.
a veteran of you. But again, another diverse group of athletes you've brought to the table tonight. Ones that have goal-oriented and which are very, very obtainable when we hear from Daniel and then we hear from Luis. But then we have someone new who's willing to step out into the foyer and try to make something happen. How exciting is it for you that no matter what year with the group, that you still have this energy still building over at Northwest Classen?
Right. I think one thing they have in common, especially with these three, is they're all willing to work extremely hard to improve. They get it that hard work equals success, hard work equals improvement. And that kind of, even as old as I'm getting, that kind of recharges my batteries to see that, hey, they're willing to work hard to get better and do what we need to do to improve themselves. And that's really exciting to me.
What is something, Luis, you wanted to improve from this season to last? You told me about the goals,
Yeah.
but something about your game had to evolve. What would that be?
I would say for me, I need to work on more footwork. I would say about that. And I would say be more, I would say open-minded. You don't want to beat yourself too much, Try to, stay positive, stay calm, and, just be one with the court.
Now, Daniel, it was interesting to me. You mentioned that you competed in doubles.
Yes,
Now
sir.
you're stepping out into the foray for singles.
Yes, sir.
What made you feel confident about making that change and making that transition?
So really, last year I played doubles. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like playing doubles because I feel like I was better off playing alone. And so I went to a program called First Serve, and they taught me a lot, to play singles. And ever since then, I came back from practice. Coach saw I had potential to play single. He gave me the opportunity to play singles, and this time I want to show everybody, prove them wrong that I'm able to be alone and I can work on myself and just prove the haters wrong, to be honest, because like I know don't listen to what people say and just be independent and just it's really just you against the world. So yeah.
What an awesome individual challenge that is.
Mm-hmm.
I give you a lot of credit for
Mm-hmm.
stepping out like that when folks begin to put you in a box. You
Yeah.
just needing to evolve instead of, staying in there. You said, hey, I'll take a chance on bet on me.
Yes.
Now,
Yes, of course.
I was always intrigued, Kaylin, when you said I decided to be motivated to step out because of friends and others. The knowledge of the game has to come on as you're playing now. So how do you feel like you're going to respond to that? Because one of the toughest parts of this game is the mental challenge of it, especially when things don't always start off your way.
What can I say? My teammates have actually teach me enough to self-improve myself, giving me hope, telling me to always focus on myself, on the game, and mostly help me. So
That's pretty awesome. The resiliency, and again, this is what makes this program special. Each one of you are bringing to the table, stepping out on something new to get yourselves in a better level and to improve, and willing to put it all on the line. That's awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Daniel, what's something in your skill set that would you consider the strongest part of your game right now?
Well, to be honest, I know not that many athletes focus on this a lot, but it's my strongest skill set has to be my mindset. Because you're on the court, you just think you're playing, back and forth, but really it's just you want. You want to make sure your opponent can't read you well because you want to trick them, and so that's what's one thing I've been working on throughout the summer and to this day, just my mindset really, and just to be tough.
I love that work at the beginning of the offseason. Luis, you've come in focused with the level of intensity. You really want to not necessarily prove, but to show what you have improved on.
Yeah.
What was a skill that you were not good at a couple of years ago that you are most proud of in your game now?
I would say, basically with Daniel, part of my mindset. Yeah, because me and him, we usually go one-on-one with each other, and pretty much.
It is. All right. Luis, tell me a story real quick, if you would. What's a match that you were in that has made you a better tennis player, whether win or loss? What was that? What was that?
It was last year ACAC match for my going against third place. I was going against singles one. We were battling out every single point. That was like the longest match I ever had. It probably took like over 3 hours, 2 hours.
Yes, it was
Yeah,
pretty
It was
long.
a very long match. We were like the first one to get a medal. I mean, first match, singles match, and then we were like the last to finish ball. And I pretty much, I was really tired, but at the same time, I was like very glad that I did all that. Like the person, credit to him. He really pushed me a lot. I forgot what's his name, but yeah, I just.
Don't worry, when you see him again, you'll
Yeah,
remember.
I was-
That's
yeah,
that guy. Yeah,
right,
that's
right,
him.
yeah.
But what a story of resiliency. You learned a lot about yourself. What is something you learned? You said a 2.5, almost 3 hour match. I mean, what did you learn about your endurance in that?
My endurance. It's just I don't know. It's just I can't believe I did all that. Really, I couldn't believe I did all that. It's because I don't know. It was just tough for me.
All right. Okay, so Kaylin, if you would tell me, match is coming up next week. What excites you?
honestly, I could pretty say how long it would take.
Okay, all right. You want to check your endurance again.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure all these things out in
Oh,
real
yes,
time.
It's
And-
a new sport to me. So
Sure, yeah, I get it. It's just there are certain areas that you're working on to try to you want to see exactly how it plays out in the first
Yeah.
match, and that's what that is. So I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for that,
Thank you.
Daniel. Honestly, you're first stepping into that new foyer next week.
Yes.
What's something you want to see from yourself in that?
Just prove my teammate here, Luis, that well, as he mentioned, me and him practicing every hour, like pushing each other, showing him that all the hard work that we both did together, that it paid off, and also show, as I said, the haters out there as
Okay.
well, that I am good enough to be, singles and just to, silence them just a little bit.
Coach, I'm not trying to act like you're not here, but this is probably the most intriguing group that you've brought to the table to talk to, and it's just because each one of them has a different personality trying to accomplish a different goal. What is going to be key for each of them to find the success that they're setting out? What is something that you feel that they must evolve to do?
As far as Luis, he's just got to stay on an even keel throughout the season. We play Class 6A, and he's a #1 singles, and he's going to play some really, really, really good tennis players. Confidence even as the season goes. I think that's most important for him. Kaylin has just got to realize, hey, she's learning. And in sports, once again, there's a lot of ups and downs. And failures are just another opportunity to learn and get better. And so sometimes that's hard to learn when you start a sport kind of so late in life that, hey, failure doesn't mean you're bad. It just means you have things to learn and to learn from them. And Daniel, I don't know, Daniel's so scurry. Daniel will probably figure it out on his own. Daniel work on, but I got confidence. So you've seen their personalities. I think they'll all accomplish.
Ladies and gentlemen, where hard work and opportunity equals success. And you're going to watch 3 outstanding athletes achieve it in different ways. You want to hear the stories? Come watch them play. That's patience between points and power at the right moment. This is tennis, Northwest Classen style. We'll take a break. We'll be right back in just a moment. More tennis is on the way. This is the Oklahoma City Public Schools Spring Sports Media Day.
Good, guys.
Thank you.
No, you guys did great. That was awesome. City Public Schools Spring Sports Media Days. I'm Maurice Prince. Every point earned, every point in every serve is intentional. We're talking tennis. The hard work already begins before they get on the court, and I'm honored to have with me some lovely student athletes from Southeast High School. Lady Spartans are at the table right now. I am joined right now with, from to my left, your right, watching, I have Coach Omaya Freitas, I got her out here, who's been coaching for enough years, folks, over 15. A lot of experience in terms of coaching. Then I have honored to have with me student athlete sophomore Stephanie Trejo Ramirez. Then I have senior Jennifer Gonzalez. And then I'm also having sophomore Deanna Baez Flores. Thank you so much for all of you coming to be a part of it. Deanna, where did the passion, what made you say tennis is my thing?
When I first saw it, I was thinking, oh, that seems like such an easy sport. And then when I really got into it, I was like, oh, this is not an easy sport. And also because coach, like, she, like, pushed me, and, like, I really value that because it makes me want to be a better player.
That's pretty awesome. What an awesome story. Okay, Jennifer, so a senior, but you only 2 years into the sport. What made you decide, hey, I really want to learn this as a junior or get the opportunity to play it as a junior? Where did that passion come from?
The passion mainly came from my sister because she was an entering freshman, and she would always talk to me how she always wanted to play tennis. So I wanted to be there and like just help her and go through tennis with her.
Okay, so this is one of them that the family, your sister kind of urged you,
Yeah.
kind of ushered you into it. Okay, so Stephanie, where did the idea? Tennis is what I'm going to do.
So in the beginning of my freshman year, I really needed something to fixate my focus on because I feel like I had like all the time in the world. And then I found tennis. I was like, you know what? Let me try out. Let me do tennis. And once I started playing, I really fell in love with the sport and stuck with it.
All right, Coach, you have an array of athletes that found passion in different ways. So with your years of coaching experience, when you have players that are that excited, what does that do for you, and where's the program at right now because of that?
Well, I'm super excited because we're starting kind of from a baby team. Every time that I get girls in their freshman year, I'm excited because they actually stick to the program for all 4 years. So last year, all my seniors that were in the program for all 4 years graduated, and this freshmen came along last year, and they stick to the program for the second year. And I'm pretty sure when they get to their senior year, if they stay in the program, you're looking at one state qualifier. I'm pretty sure, just like we did last year. So it gets me excited when they come from the beginning at the freshman year and they stick to the program, and it's gonna show improvements because they're consistent. All of them, really. They are dedicated players, and that's something that makes the program grows, because they really want to be there and they have a really good spirit. They're consistent. They are team players. So I think it's going to be a great thing for the team.
That's awesome, because when you have, I love the expression you use, baby program, because babies in the program, because also that means the opportunity. There is a love that is being festered. Others are willing to try it because of what you ladies have accomplished there. So let's dive into a little bit more of some of those questions how is, Jennifer, talk to me about the off season getting ready for this one. You finished year one. What did you want to improve in year two?
I wanted to improve on the skills, mainly like my serves. They were not really good. So I joined a summer program from First Serve, and I really enjoyed it. They showed me different techniques that I could apply to my playing.
That's awesome. Okay, so I kind of come down your side of the court now, Deanna. What is something from last year's season that you wanted to get better at coming into this one?
I would say my entire mindset. I wanted to be a stronger player in the head, obviously, since like all the words, I would just try to block out as hard. But sometimes you just like need to hear the words for it to happen, for you to make something of yourself in a way.
All right, that's awesome in terms of the growth. So, Stephanie, there's always challenges. What's something that you wanted to get better from last year to this year?
I really wanted to improve my backhands, which is why I joined the First Serve Fall program in order to like improve it.
Okay. Tell me, what was one of the most challenging matches that helped you realize there's some things that you need to get better at?
My most challenging match was probably when I went to Lawson. I played against some schools there, and I really realized I needed to improve myself because I lost really bad that day.
Not trying to make you relive the moment, but it was just you're like I just needed to be
Okay.
better. But from that moment, what changed about your game? What did you change about yourself?
It made me realize I had to become better in my backhands especially.
Okay, so in other words, more effort in doing
more
that.
effort.
Okay, I got you on that. Deanna, there's always a match. Everybody that's kind of stays on the off season. Good, bad, or indifferent. Which one of those
I would
was for you?
say the same thing as Steph. Lawton, it was another story. It was my first match too, and I just I did so bad. It was bad, and it really just made me want to become a better player. Since I saw her and she just looked so effortless, just doing it was natural to her, and it seemed so cool to me.
So in slow motion, it looked like she was having the time of her life.
Yeah.
Where you over here working and you're like, okay, what's okay? I understand that. Okay, so Jennifer, tell me about one for you.
I think one for me was during the ACAC. It was like one of the first few things that we had that was very serious, and I was very nervous, and I guess it got to me in my head during my serves, and I was really anxious and just wanted to fix on being more positive when I served.
When they sometimes adversity, they say pressure makes diamonds, and also evolving from those moments really allows you a chance to grow and see a lot about yourself. Since that time, coming into this season now, Stephanie, what have you learned and you realized that you're better at than you thought you were?
I learned that I had to put more effort in, like you said before.
Okay.
'Cause without it,
But
I
did
would
you
just
know
stay
that
in
you
the same
could do
position.
that? Did you know you could put that effort forward? Did you know
yes,
you
I
had
know
it
I
in
was
you?
capable.
Okay.
I think anything is we're capable of anything if we really put our minds to it.
It is, but you know what? I'm glad you found it, but for a lot of folks, they had to hear you say that to understand that, because that's a part of your game. That now that you've taken it to the next level, that's something that you get to display on your shirt that everybody else has to learn. I think each one of you have had something that you've learned from each other's game. In asking another question to you, Deanna, right now, physically and mentally, the sport of tennis can be sometimes very demanding. How do you deal with those mental challenges when the opponent is rallying against you, or if they have a monster serve? How do you respond now differently than you would have last year to those moments? It can happen in any match.
Last year I would have probably said I freak out. Freak out. I would just freak out. I wouldn't know what to do. I would just look around. I'd be like, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? And then my coach would be right there, and I would be like, oh, I can't embarrass myself right in front of her. But now I would say just try to stay calm and collected. That would be it. Try to listen, but not hear people. It's such a weird feeling too. It would just listen but not hear.
It's funny that you brought that up, because I have not talked about this with anybody else tonight, because it is encouraged that people are quiet, but there's always someone talking. And if you don't block that out, that becomes the only thing you hear. And that's really bizarre. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad that you've been able to overcome that or at least work through it. Jennifer, what's something that the coach has shared with you that has encouraged you along the way?
I think it's just her, telling us to remember to have fun and that we will grow as we go. And yeah.
All right. Does your sister have some encouraging words from you since she brought you into
Yeah,
this?
she
She better.
does.
That's all right. Before we wrap this up, Coach, success for every team is different. You know, everybody wants to have state qualifiers. Everybody wants to climb, cut down the nets and things. What is something that? How does success look for you in this group with this group of young ladies?
That's a really good question. Like for this year, I have all these young players that started just like last year. This is their second year for all of them. So they're going to have to step up to the plate. Last year, they played JV matches, and now they are varsity. And they're going to have to play very hard players. And as long as they can stay together and, just finish their match and put their best effort and keep up with the score, which is really hard in tennis. Sometimes it can get really confusing, especially if they're nervous. But that's all I'm asking for this team right now. Give me your best. They're young, like I said, it's only their second year, and they're going to be varsity. I have nowhere else to go, and I want them to show out what they have, and they will. It's going to develop now because they're going to see, oh, I'm going to be the number one player, and I'm going to be playing the number one player from another school that is probably going to be tough, but that's okay because they're going to learn from it. And that's what's going to help them become better players at the end.
One thing I will say for sure, I feel like each one of these young ladies will rise to the challenge and not give in to and not give in to whatever the challenge may be. I believe that they will face the adversity with the same energy, the same smiles, and the ability to learn and overcome. So I'm going to wish you ladies all success in whatever ups or downs your season may have, but we hope that you land on your feet and continue to serve hard and look and yell at them. Anyway, this is the Oklahoma City Public Schools Spring Sports Media Days. We're talking tennis. I am honored to have with me, of course, at the table Southeast, the Lady Spartans, and I want to thank them for coming on today's show. We'll take a break, and we will be right back.
Thank you.
Ladies did good.
Good vibes, working dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little stream feeling just like us. Yeah. Trying on fits, little spin, do we love or leave? Steps on the watch while we roll up the sleeve. Lights on the screen, yeah, we plan that we go from the stove to the show. Watch the whole thing glow. Hey, dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Love at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. Cooking the laughs and constant good vibes. Working dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little stream feeling just like us. Hit that link, drop a heart if you ride. Roll call, sound off, family worldwide. From the couch or the car, you're a part of this tribe. Pink dragons in the sky, keeping that vibe alive. Oh yeah. Dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Live at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. Cooking the laughs and constant good vibes. Walking dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little night feeling just like us. Yeah. Every little night feeling just like us. Yeah. Pink dragons in my chat, yeah, we showing up. Pink hoodie, slick kicks, little coffee cup. Mom life, strong life, always on the run. But at 10 p.m. EST, that's when we have fun. Let's go! Pink dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Love at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. constant good vibes. Working dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little stream feeling just like us. Tryna fits, little spin, do we love or leave? Steps on the watch while we roll up the sleeve. Lights on the screen, yeah, we plan, then we go from the stove to the show. Watch the whole thing glow. Hey, dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Love at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. Cooking up laughs and constant good vibes. Working dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little stream feeling just like us. Hit that link, drop a heart if you ride. Roll call, sound off, family worldwide. From the couch or the car, you're a part of this tribe. Pink dragons in the sky, keeping that vibe alive. Oh yeah. Dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Live at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. Cooking up laughs and constant good vibes. Walking dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little night feeling just like us. Every little night feeling just like us. Yeah. Pink dragons in my chat, yeah, we showing up. Pink hoodie, slick kicks, little coffee cup. Mom life, strong life, always on the run. By 10 p.m. EST, that's when we have fun. Let's go! Pink dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Love at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. Cooking up laughs and constant good vibes. Working dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little stream feeling just like us. Tryna fits, little spin, do we love or leave? Steps on the watch while we roll up the sleeve. Lights on the screen, yeah, we plan, then we go from the stove to the show. Watch the whole thing glow. Hey, dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Love at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. Cooking up laughs and constant good vibes. Working dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little stream feeling just like us. Hit that link, drop a heart if you ride. Roll call, sound off, family worldwide. From the couch or the car, you're a part of this tribe. Pink dragons in the sky, keeping that vibe alive. Oh yeah. Dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Live at 10, better pull right up. Fashion, fitness, Disney dreams and love. Cooking up laughs and constant good vibes. Walking dragons and stuff, yeah, we light it up. Squad in the chat, never get enough. Travel collabs, we be rising above. Every little night feeling just like us. Every little night feeling just like us. Yeah. Pink dragons in my chat, yeah, we showing up. Pink hoodie, slick kicks, little coffee cup.
Edition is where we are now, where discipline, focus, and footwork take center stage. Maurice Prince here. I want to thank our sponsors for today's broadcast: Metro Tech Technology Centers, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Dental Depot, Bedford Photography, Grenmore Sneaker Boutique, All About Now Photography, Sam's Club, Rock Recruit Oklahoma, SSM Health, OCCC, Just Burgers, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. Thank you for watching this on the live stream today, but you could also make sure you tune in on OKC Sports Radio 105.3. I am here with the generals at the table now. The letter G proudly displayed. I have to my right, your left, or my left, your right. Head coach Ty Davison is here. Then I have senior athlete Jeremiah Moore in the middle, and of course to the far right, Junior Adamaris Salinas. How's everybody doing today?
We're good. We're good.
All right. So, Jeremiah, your story is interesting. You wanted to try something new, tennis. What was that about? What went into that decision?
So, at our school, there's just the plain rinse and repeat sports, football, basketball. I grew up playing both. I didn't really interest me. Then I seen the tennis team, and I was like, that's a good change of pace. So I decided to give it a shot.
So in doing so, it sounds like you like challenges. How challenging has it been getting ready as you guys have your first match next week? What excites you about that?
The thing that excites me the most about it is just being able to get out there. This being my first year on the team, I would say that's the biggest one.
All right. Adamaris, how many years playing tennis?
I've been playing tennis for 2 years. This is going to be my second year. And
what's one thing that you wanted to do better going into this year?
one thing that I wanted to do better while going into this season, is getting better at my serves, making sure that they're on point, and also being able to move faster on court.
Coach, you have just two examples of the diversity on the tennis team this year. Obviously, you have some great athletes with some great intentions. What is something that you really wanted to focus on with this group, getting them together?
Okay, I'd say one thing that I'm really trying to focus on this year is I want to get a good buy-in from my athletes that have come out. I'm happy with the amount of kids that have come out to play tennis this year. We've got a pretty good group, and I would just love to see them continue to buy in and focus on their craft, and I just want to see us get better, throughout the year, and then get to our best selves.
Each coach always has a chart, if you will, of things that the team must be good at to compete at a high level. What's a couple of things you think this team needs to progress to be able to try to get to that level where we're talking state and accomplishing those things? What are some of those things?
Okay, continuing on is just the buy-in is probably the first part of that. If the athlete buys in and they truly focus on mastering their craft, then that is the first step. The most it's vital. I would say that one thing that I focus on the most for us to get better would be serves. Like Adamaris mentioned earlier, serving is in high school tennis can be, if you're not good at it, that'll lose you games. That can be the difference. And so just getting the ball into play, and then I just tell them, we just want to get the ball to their side and make them mess up, so we're not messing up.
I understand that. It's a very simple philosophy there, Coach. I kind of like that. Serve it to them, see what they do with it. Exactly. Hit it to them. Jeremiah, one of the interesting things that I think that is going to be a challenge, you said that you had for the normal sports, a part of it. The mental aspect of tennis has got to be intriguing to you, because it's not necessarily you versus it is you versus the opponent, but a lot of this is mental. How do you gauge where you are with that and where you feel?
I haven't really thought about that. I couldn't really answer that question.
That's fair. That's fair enough, because you haven't played the match yet to answer the question.
Right.
Once you have that, so I kind of understand that. Anna Maria, can you tell me about that? Because generally, when you're out there and things are going on, you can kind of have to get within yourself to focus at a higher level to overcome some of those obstacles. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, how can I word this?
That's okay. So how about this? When you're out there and you're facing the challenges and things are not necessarily going your way, how did you learn to stabilize yourself in those moments? Because those are the moments where you can hear the coach, but nobody can really do anything to help you, something that you had to learn how to deal with.
Well, knowing that there's a possibility that I won't get the match in my favor. I try to focus more, be like, I have to think of what the opponent is going to do, where they're going to aim, and how quick I need to move. If I need to get closer, I get a little bit closer just so that I'm ready to jump into action and be able to get the point. If not, well, I have to accept that it wasn't in my favor.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So in other words, you want to mentally prepare yourself to put yourself in a position to do better.
Yes.
That's something. And I got that, because footwork, positioning, being able to return, you can't volley back if you're not in the right position. So getting it to where it's not so much a taxing thought, you just want to be able to know and be able to not have to focus so much on that.
Yes, because there's many things that you have to focus on the court. Many things to be able to move around, to be able to hit, and to be able to get there quick enough.
Coach, when you have players, Jeremiah is learning to walk into this. He's gonna find some challenges early on, simply because I think he's more than equipped to handle that. But more players that play tennis don't always understand that they have to be able to overcome not just the mistakes, but they have to be able to get within and place with some confidence within themselves to be able to rise above those moments.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, tennis is a very, very mental game, and so anything that I can do to help build my players' confidence, I think that's in our best interest. And I think the only the way to do that is just to get more games under their belt. Get just more experience. The confidence will come with that. I try to instill confidence in them during practice and stuff like that. But there's only so much that you can get from practice where you need game experience to really understand some of the things that are going on, some of the things that are required of you. And it is very mental, and I think that some people don't realize how much of a mental battle it is until you get out there on the court.
Truly. I think it is. Coach, I'm going to impose a question on you.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of your student athletes, Jeremiah and Ada Maurice, what are one thing that you want to see each one of them accomplish this season?
Okay. So I'll start with Ada Maurice. She's one of my returning athletes, which I only have 4 returning athletes that played last year. The rest are newcomers. But that being said, with her as a returning athlete, I would love to see just whether she does singles or doubles. I would love to see her compete and get better at everything she does. And I believe that she will, because she's there. She hasn't missed any practices. She's really bought into it. I think she practices on her own, outside of our practices. But I would say and then the confidence. I would say that's one thing that I want to see from her, is for her to build her confidence and then just get better with that as the year goes on. For Jeremiah, him being a first-year player, I would just love to see him make strides. Getting comfortable playing the game, which it's his first year playing the game. Organized. I'm sure he's played, hit the ball around with friends before, but it's his first year in it. So I would just love for him I would love to see him get comfortable in the competition atmosphere, and I believe that he does have that in him. I think he'll be good with that, but just progress is what I would say for both of them.
Awesome. Coach, what does success look like for this group? Because when you have young players trying to learn how to play the game and play it at a high level, then you have players that are in transition from the beginning stages into their second year of understanding of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What does success look like?
Okay. So, yeah, there is I'd say for my returning players, the success for them is a little bit different than the first year players. That's fair to say. But for them, so Ada Maurice and Nathan are two of the players that have shown me that they're very serious about it. They've played it in the past, and but success for them, I would say. Just see if we can get to the postseason and see what
exactly,
and see how they fare.
You have to let it roll, and that journey all begins on March the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to ask my closing question, Jeremiah. How excited are you about March next week happening?
I'm very excited. You know, this is definitely going to be a new experience for me. It helped me get my name out there, helped me get that experience needed, especially as a senior, because I'm trying to get as much done in my senior year as possible. I want to end it on a very good note before I graduate. So, you know, being able to even say I was on the tennis team at all helps. But, you know, saying that I played a game, I was out there, I hit the dirt running, that's very admirable.
It certainly is. Adamaris, what do you want to display over the course of this season to let everybody know that you have learned the game, that you're playing it at a better level? How do you feel about your outlook for this season?
I'm excited. I'm excited and nervous because hopefully going to be able to get some more wins. I'm excited to play because I know once I graduate, I'm not really going to have like a team to play in, and I'm excited for our first game on the 6th, this coming up next Friday. It's something I'm really looking forward to.
That's pretty sweet. Well, I'm very proud of both of you. I hope that you both find some success. I hope you play with more confidence, and I hope that you can put on that list of checks. You can start putting check marks in all those boxes.
Thank you.
Because, Jeremiah, it looks like you've got quite an ambition, and I hope you do seek that. This has been the Oklahoma City Public Schools Spring Sports Media Days, brought to you by Metro Tech Technology Centers. Also sponsored by TTCU Federal Credit Union, Dental Depot, Bedford Photography, Grinmore Sneaker Boutique, All About Now Photography, Sam's Club, Rock Recruit Oklahoma, SSM Health, OCCC, Super Prep, Just Burgers, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. Day number 2 of this media day will take place Wednesday, and it's going to have an early start, so you don't want to miss out on that. It's going to start about 3 o'clock on this coming Wednesday, where we will dive into a little bit more, where soccer, golf, and track will come up. So we're hoping that you're tuning in for that. As it is tonight, we've had a great time with these great athletes. We hope you have enjoyed it as well. Good night.